In this short film, I will compare the two novels, Wild Sargasso Sea and Jane Eyre, and indicate that both novels address the idea of female oppression under Victorian patriarchy. In Melville Johnson Berg's article, Dark Doubles in Jane Eyre, Melville said, although Antoinette and Jane are obviously contrasting characters, it is important to note similarities in their positions. Both women have little choice but to live within the male-dominated society into which they were born. Jane is enforced and persecuted by her wealthy relations since she was little, while Antoinette also had a traumatic childhood living in Calgary after her mother's marriage with Mr. Mason. When Jane was 10 years old, she experienced mental and emotional exhaustion after the Red Room incident, and her subsequent escape and suicide fantasies are evidence of her inability to defend herself under paternal system of women. Similarly, Antoinette's memory of her mother was driven mad by social persecution, and the insensitiveness of Mr. Mason also shows the oppressive aspects for women. In addition, Jane and Antoinette both reflect their oppression through their actions. In the article by Christina Dubrovic said, Jane only secretly resists the narrow role assigned by custom and society for her, but outwardly or in reality, she satisfies the world examining and judging her. For instance, Dubrovic said Jane reluctantly accepts Rochester's requests and commands while still calling him master, constantly, even after she becomes his equal in wealth. Although Dubrovic said Jane presents herself to the world as a governess with all the significance that go with the title, but inwardly she conceals her unwomanly feelings, thoughts, and desires. Likewise, according to Carolina Tinholt's article, Antoinette does not allow Rochester to call her Bertha.
What do you mean? That's my name.
I'll think of another. Proper English name. One that suits you.
But my name is Antoinette! My name is Antoinette!
However, she felt hopeless that she cannot stop Rochester from calling her that name. Her exhaustion is shown on page 180 when she said, like when he wouldn't call me Antoinette, and I saw Antoinette drifting out of the window with her scents, her pretty clothes, and her looking-glass. Third, women's oppression in both novels can be shown in the encounter with white male domination. In Dark Doubles in Jane Eyre, Melville said, Jane is bound to powerful or rich men several times in the novel, such as Uncle Reed, Cousin John, Mr. Buckhurst Rochester, and St. John Rivers. Jane is bullied by her evil cousin John Reed since she was little. Moreover, while at boarding school, Mr. Buckhurst also used his patriarchal power to make things difficult for little Jane.
Pit full of fire.
Should you like to fall into this pit and be burned there forever?
No, sir.
Comparably, according to Golcombe-Pengaloo's article, Rochester also held patriarchal control over Antoinette in the wide Sargasso Sea. The author of the article said Rochester is using the racial difference between him and Antoinette to maintain superiority over her. As an example, Rochester devalued Antoinette's identity. On page 67, he said, Antoinette has long, sad, dark alien eyes, coral of pure English descent. She may be, but they are not English or European either. This imperial privilege creates a colonial encounter with Rochester himself as the oppressor, and Antoinette the oppressed.
Judge who? She called me a white cockroach, that's what they call me, or white nigger, because I'm Creole. I'm not like them, but I'm not English like you. Between the two of you, I sometimes wonder who I am myself.
In conclusion, both Wide Sargasso Sea and Jane Eyre depict oppress women under patriarchal control, since multiple aspects show neither female protagonists manages to build a situation that would offer a framework for independence and self-expression.